Why is it that so many men are hesitant to discuss erectile dysfunction? It's a question that perplexes us, but the answer is often rooted in societal stigma. For many, erectile dysfunction is cloaked in a shroud of embarrassment and secrecy, seen as a taboo topic that men should handle privately, if at all. Yet, what many fail to realize is that this is a common medical condition, experienced by countless men across the globe. It's not a mark of inadequacy or a source of shame, but a health issue that can be treated with the right approach and understanding. It's time to reframe our perspective, to shift the narrative from hushed whispers to open dialogues, because when we allow stigma to govern our actions, we silence the voices that need to be heard. We deny men the opportunity to seek help and find solutions. It's high time we break this stigma and start a conversation about erectile dysfunction. Before we dive into the early warning signs, it's important to understand what exactly constitutes erectile dysfunction. In medical terms, erectile dysfunction, often abbreviated as ED, is the persistent inability to achieve or maintain an erection firm enough for sexual intercourse. It's not just about a one-off occurrence, it's when this issue becomes a consistent pattern that it's diagnosed as ED. Now let's clear up some misconceptions. Some people think that erectile dysfunction is just a natural part of aging, but that's not necessarily true. While it's more common in older men, it can affect males of all ages, and it's not just about performance in the bedroom. Erectile dysfunction can also be a sign of underlying health issues such as heart disease or diabetes. Now that we have a better understanding of what erectile dysfunction is, let's move on to the early warning signs. Recognizing the early warning signs of erectile dysfunction can greatly improve treatment outcomes. Let's dive into what these early warning signs might look like. One of the most common signs is difficulty getting an erection. This doesn't mean just once or twice, but rather a recurring issue. Everyone has off days, so it's important not to jump to conclusions based on a single incident. However, if you find that you're consistently having trouble achieving an erection when you want to, this could be an early warning sign. Another common sign is difficulty maintaining an erection. Maybe you can get an erection just fine, but it doesn't last as long as you'd like or need it to. Again, this is about consistent patterns, not isolated incidents. If you're regularly finding it challenging to maintain an erection throughout sexual activity, this could be a sign of erectile dysfunction. Decreased sexual desire can also be a sign. Now, it's important to note that sexual desire naturally fluctuates for many reasons, such as stress or fatigue. But if you're noticing a significant drop in your sexual desire over a prolonged period, it could be a sign of underlying issues, possibly including erectile dysfunction. There can also be other sexual issues that act as early warning signs. For instance, you might notice changes in your ejaculation, or perhaps you're finding sexual activity less satisfying than before. These could be signs that something's not quite right. Now, here's an important point to emphasize. These signs can vary greatly from person to person. Everyone's body is unique, and the way one person experiences erectile dysfunction might be very different from the way another person does. So it's crucial to pay attention to your own body and what it's telling you. The most important thing to remember is that experiencing these signs doesn't necessarily mean you have erectile dysfunction, but it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional. After all, you know your body best, and you're the best advocate for your own health. So what should you do if you recognize some of these warning signs in yourself? If any of the early warning signs of erectile dysfunction seem familiar, it's time to take action. Don't brush it off or let embarrassment stop you. It's important to approach this like any other health concern. Reach out to a healthcare professional. They can provide a proper diagnosis and guide you through your options for treatment. Remember, erectile dysfunction can sometimes signal other underlying health issues, so it's crucial not to ignore it. And let's debunk a common myth while we're here. Erectile dysfunction is not just a part of getting older, it's a medical condition that can affect adults at any age. So, if you've noticed any changes or symptoms that concern you, don't wait. Speak to a doctor. Remember, there's no shame in seeking help. Erectile dysfunction is a medical condition, not a reflection of your masculinity or worth. So, make that appointment and start your journey towards better health today.